You're welcome to our channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. Why Tinubu should listen to Primate Ayodele's warning on VP Kashim Shettima. A few days ago, there was a form of uprising within the All Progressive Congress APC in the northern eastern region because President Tinubu was endorsed for a second term without the Vice President Kashim Shettima. Some youths disrupted a meeting stating that they will cause a serious crisis if President Tinubu dumps Shettima as his running mate in 2027. While President Tinubu has not made any statement regarding his vice president fate in 2027, there have been rumors that he may want to change his running mate for his second-term ambition for reasons yet to be made known. However, whether or not President Tinubu has this in his plan, there is a need for him to listen to divine direction shared by Primate Elijah Ayodele a few days ago before making such decision. In a statement last week, Primate Ayodele, in his usual way of giving out prophecies, told President Tinubu not to change Shettima. Even though they will still have issues, he warned the president to ignore the pressures surrounding him to dump Shettima as his running mate in 2027. Otherwise, he will have serious problems to contend with. The prophet, who has been very vocal and credible for decades, explained that while Tinubu should ignore calls for Shettima's exit, he should also prepare for a dirty fight with him if they return to office in 2027. These were his words. Tinubu's re-election bid will divide the North. It will cause a lot of division and confusion. The president will not make the mistake of replacing Shettima as his running mate. However, he must be ready for a dirty fight with him. Like the days of Obasanjo and Atiku, both of them will have serious issues, but he should not remove Shettima for him to survive. This kind of fight may even make VP shun his office. It will make him less relevant in his office as VP because the pressure will be too much. Now, the ball is in Tinubu's court. If he decides to listen, fine. And if not, that's fine too. But the message has been delivered and is left to him. However, the president should be reminded that Primate Ayodele was the only prophet who foretold the crisis between Nyesom Wike and Sim Fubara, even before the latter became governor. He made this prophecy when there was no indication that there would be issues between them. And surprisingly, the prophecy came to pass. And even till now, the crisis is still going on. He is also foretold that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the president will have issues. A prophecy nobody ever believed was going to come to pass. A few weeks ago, it was publicly seen that the president and his political son, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, had issues, and it took the intervention of GAC members to reconcile them. Likewise, the issue between Elon Musk and Donald Trump was never expected to happen. But less than a year after Primate Ayodele warned about it, it came to pass. There are several ways Primate Ayodele has proven his credibility locally and internationally. President Tinubu may not have listened to his other prophecies, but on this, for the sake of survival, I think President Bola Tinubu should give it a trial. Well, whoever has said this might have his reasons behind the fact that Primate Ayodele is known to be, a revered cleric with predictions that used to come to pass. And then, of course, the man is whoever is a writer is just giving an advice to the president, and if he likes, he can take it, and if he likes, he can reject it. But what is much more important is the fact that while President Tinubu is, looking at the situation in his party, he shouldn't forget proper governance. Now, let's look at what is currently happening as a result of the situation on ground. The President Tinubu secured a vote of confidence when they had a national meeting of the party in Abuja about a few weeks ago when they were doing their, midterm assessment. And the whole party, all organs, the governors, the progressive governors, the House of Assembly, and even the party executive as a whole gave a thumbs up to the president and said without any opposition, he is given a second term. Even though, yes, he also have the right of first refusal, and then as a result of that, at least he has been, given an automatic ticket, even to run for second term. And while those ones were done, nobody mentioned Shettima. And we know that, of course, when they were coming in 2023, one of the things the opposition was using to campaign against them is the fact that President Tinubu is a Muslim, and also Kashim Shettima, the vice president, is a Muslim. And in a multi-religious and multi-ethnic society like Nigeria, you cannot afford two people from the same religious, group to be the leader. After all, we've been doing it from independent, one Christian, one Muslim, and the likes. That's the way it's normally done in order to balance it. But in this situation, a President Tinubu was coming into the election with a clear mind of what he wants to do, maybe best known to him, and also as a political strategy. And eventually, I think he paid off for him, because he eventually won the election. And now, in the middle of the whole scenario, some set of people probably underneath now are beginning to make serious noise as regards the fact that even though as a party they refuse to listen in 2023, that it might work against them in 2027. Probably that's why some are decided that they will be routing for a Christian VP, and thereby the president will need to drop even the current VP. Though we've not heard anything from the president to speak as regards the matter. So while they are not endorsing the president and they are not mentioning the VP, it's began to send the wrong signal even to the camp of the VP. So when they went for the zonal conference of the Northeastern APC, the opera came as they decided to also name the president for a second term. They have to make mention that the VP name too should be mentioned, because it's a joint ticket. And as a result of that, there was a little chaos, and then the opposition also rode on it. And this Primate had already predicted that such will happen, and is advising the president not to drop even the VP. Well, the ball is in his court, as many people in his party have been saying that is the one that determines who will be his running mate, because the new election is fresh, different from 2023. But then, if the president, from advice, may look at the fact that Kashim Shettima has been a loyal ally, they can work together. Why does he need to drop him? If they win together when it was tough, I think it will be a smooth ride for them right now. Let them just perform, and Nigerians will give them their thumbs up. Keep liking. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and please share. Thank you.